What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Nonpfixion. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as notification bell to stay up to date on all content going down on this channel. Appreciate you, love you. Now to the video.
Nah, this ain't nonsense, this is nonfiction. So excuse if the content is offensive, it's official. Now that we have been acquainted, this is my pleasure, my pain, your entertainment.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nonpfixion. This is Ready Set Geek, and we are getting into episode six of Secret Invasion. This is the finale, so let's get into it right away. I know it just uploaded to my channel, to my site, which it took a while last time, but this time it wasn't too bad. Timer is ready. Episode 6 is titled Home. If you haven't already, vote in the poll, and also don't forget to like the stream. Truly appreciate it for those who are able to be here. Once again, episode 6 is titled Home. Okay, we're up. Mike, stop starting on your own. All right. So we all know the deal. Clock starts. Get 10 seconds, and we all press play. Don't skip the previously or anything like that, or the intro. 3, 2, 1, and go. Previously on Secret Invasion. Do not skip recap. Let me see how you pop. It's only at 37 minutes? I hear you bullshitting on these times, man. Excuse my language. So, just to recap, talking about how Super Skrull was looking for the harvest. Harvest has to deal with blood samples from every Avenger, and so he wanted to get that when he created his version of Super Skrull. He wanted all the powers of all the Avengers, and Fury had to deny that. So please don't spoil. We coming to Mrs. Fury. She's still trying to kind of hold on to him. He's trying to let go so he can be the Fury that he needs to be. The one that lives on the edge of insanity and chaos and consciousness. They let loose on his car. I'm going to assume it's nobody driving. Yeah, nobody driving. And just like that, eliminated. Beanie Fury in full effect. And intro. Mm-mm. Why does this screen look like this? Oh, that's why. All right, here we go. So we're back on Rhodey and the president still in the hospital. This version of Rhodey really trying to start this World War III. He really trying to start this war. The crazy thing about it is, in all the times we've seen this version of Rhodey, well, not the Skrull version, the second Rhodey, he's never been this type of personality to want to wage war like this so fast. Oh my god. He really did murk all those Skrulls. As for you check radiations, taking radiation pills, uh, like Rust. He's like Rust taking radiation pills. I can't wait to get a computer. I want to play Rust. He's checking all the different facilities, see whom or what's left. Oh, she's telling him Fuse on the way. He has to move the president. But I forgot they are working together to try to stop this war from happening. Gravik. They're gonna hope they justify. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the justify is just the graphics alone. Like it costs a lot for them to do their Marvel shows. That's why a lot of times they're only like 6 because it costs so freaking much. But what's up, Theron? Oh, somebody there putting in work. It ain't Fury though. He said his face that he used is the first human he killed. Interesting. Oh, from his first mission. That's crazy. That was a hell of an action scene right there. Hmm. Interesting. Easier to save 8 billion than to change your minds, which is kind of true. No. For people who actually like comic books and like superheroes, no. The people that keep saying it, they got to have some kind of story. They got to control their version of narrative so they can have something to write about. But no, the problem is that people, especially many Marvel viewers, not all necessarily Marvel fans, they ask for grounded stories. So when they get grounded stories, they don't like them. But it's like that's what you asked for. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask for something, then you get it, then you don't like it. It's kind of disheartening that Marvel has tried to. Marvel's given a lot of fan service. Some they didn't need to, some they didn't have to, some they shouldn't have. But they've done it multiple times. DC's done it multiple times. But some people be like, oh well, they don't do it. No, they've tried to. You just didn't like the version of what they gave you. But it's the one thing I keep saying over and over and over that every comic book movie, regardless DC, Marvel, whoever does it, and every TV series, and you break down every TV series by episode, it's its own comic book. You might read a comic book, but you don't like every book in the arc. You know what I'm saying? But like, you don't like every book in the arc, but you still like the character. And that's kind of the situation that we've been in. Every movie, every book, every story, every episode is its own comic book. All done by different directors, which could be considered the artists, the illustrators, written by different people, which is the pins for each comic book. So it's all the same thing. You have to look at it with a different lens. You said four had a lot of yeah, they did, but it's a part of movies. As you move into streaming services where you don't have the funds like you normally would that they don't put in there, it's gonna lack somewhere. It's going to lack somewhere. Not saying you excuse it, no, because you want it to be as high quality or as best as it can be, and sometimes there's certain parts that just wasn't. But me as the movie fan, TV fan, comic book fan that I am, there's things I can overlook just so long as it's entertaining. If you entertain me, I can overlook some bad CGI. If your story is interesting, I can overlook some some bad CGI. And DCU absence led to fatigue, I think. See, I don't have fatigue, so like if people keep saying fatigue, it's like I think those who claim fatigue, I don't think they were like true. They're not like comic book people. Most comic book people, they're not gonna claim fatigue because they comic book people. Like they have comic books all day, every day. Like if I just right next to my desk, I'm sitting on comic books and mangas. So like, to me, it's like I can't get fatigue. I will never get fatigue because I love comic books. I love just that world. I'm creating my own, so it's not really just fatigue. It's just people want it to be fatigue because they want to have a reason for movies not to do well. You know, he said, "I'm familiar. I read less comic. That's the thing. So it's it's different. Did he just hit Fury with the same thing he's getting hit with? I'm doing good, Sophia. How you doing? So if it makes him Super Scroll, because now he's about to Hulk out. What does it do to humans? He said, "I'm good. Just watch the episode." Well, you see, I'm watching it right now, but I'm glad you're back, Sophia. So just get, it just get. Wait. So wait. That's not Fury. Was that guy this whole time? That's, and so Fury was there. Say I'm good. Just watched the episode. Imagine using the harvest on Howard the Duck. Man, that'd be kind of wild. her little arm. Oh, that's old girl from Ant Man's powers. That's Frost Giant. Damn. Holy hell. But Tarana, I understand. I think it's from people who are don't read comic books. You can say they may be getting the hero fatigue, but for people who read comic books that's into this world, we'll never get superhero fatigue. We might get to a point where we want to see specific characters more than others because that we have our favorites. You know what I'm saying? Except group powers OP. Yeah, yeah. Group can really be pretty much be anything. Wow. So she got Captain it's a plot hole that your typical viewer of Disney Plus is not gonna pay attention to. But your your comic book character, your comic book fan is gonna be like, wait, that doesn't make sense. You know? I'm glad I clicked away at the right time because I don't want to tell nobody getting shot. Ant Man made a podcast explaining everyone's powers. Oh yeah, I forgot about from the show that actually was a real because he made a actually he has a real book and a real podcast, right? But here, another thing I have is in that fight with Gaia, and Gaia shouldn't have been stronger than him because he should have been more skilled than her. Okay, all the scientists. I know it's gonna be somebody else. Okay, there's Rhodey. Give me somebody else. I know it's other people. Let's see who else they got. Okay, I knew he was there. Okay, I'm trying to see any other faces because there's so many more people. Graviton kind of looked like Hulk mixed with Abomination. That's what it was. It was Hulk with Abomination, and then Groot was in there as well. Let me turn the volume up. Still, okay, so she's being followed by somebody. Oh, I love it. Bro, Sonya is awesome in the whole. Yeah, in the beginning, I didn't know if I wanted to like her or not, but as the show went on, I was like, okay, actually, I love her character. So she's joining up with her, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. I still wish we would have got some new faces in the series, but as a whole, like, can we really truly call it Secret Invasion? Because it didn't really pull off what we really wanted for Secret Invasion. It did some things, but not enough. You know what I'm saying? He said that hateful ass speech. Oh, there's some more people in Stasis. Who are these people? Damn, that's hella people. Oh, oh, they're going after hit squads. Oh, she bad. I didn't know she was like that. I didn't know she was like that. She got a fire. Interesting ending how this went. Is he's gonna go back to he's gonna go back to the ship like that? Like is this gonna end like that with them killing off innocent people and Skrulls at the same time? Okay, here's another card. Who was this? Okay, it's wifey. Um, so I think Secret Invasion should have been not a 9 episode show, and She Hulk should have been only 6 episodes. It could have. I still got to finish She Hulk. I did some live streams before football season, basketball season started, but season started and got super busy. Super busy. But it does. It should. It. I think most of the show should have been a little bit longer. Um, Someone gonna take out Peter Parker thinking he is Skrull. They gonna try, but it ain't gonna be that easy. Oh, seeing the British PM get taken out like that was wild. Yeah, that kind of was wild though. That definitely was wild. The crazy thing about this show is like it wasn't horrible. It wasn't great, but it's like they're missing potentials that could have taken place in the series. And it did have the elements of Secret Invasion, but just wasn't fully. It wasn't fully like what I expected, to be honest. Still wasn't horrible. I still enjoyed it, but I mean, it's me. I can find joy in almost anything, but there's definitely some beats they missed. When it took a second for Rhodey to change back, I got scared. He's like, "Oh no, they killed the robot." Come on, volume, stick up so I can turn the dang volume down. And it's no, and no end credit scene. That don't make sense. This show was supposed. It's supposed to be the prequel to the Marvels. This is supposed to be the prequel to the Marvels. So if this is the prequel to the Marvels, there should have been something that connected us to that show. But there's absolutely nothing besides the fact that there's Skrulls in it. That's it. I'm only sad that there is an end credit. Yeah, like that. I don't get it. I mean, I like I said, as somebody who generally likes Marvel stuff and like DC stuff, not everything DC, not everything Marvel, but I can still sit down and watch it and enjoy it for the most part. But this could have been so much more. You know what I'm saying? It could have been so much more. So Rhodey was. He says so. Rhodey has been gone since end of Civil War. Yeah, pretty much, basically. That's what I'm going to assume. That's what I said. That's what I said. I don't think it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I just think they missed some opportunities with one bringing back characters from other series that they had that could have made sense here. They didn't have to bring Avengers. You don't have to bring Avengers, but you could have brought in other lower level heroes to broaden out the characters. Brought out the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like Chloe Bennett could have been reintroduced into this, like easily reintroduced this. They could have brought back versions of Agent of Shield, people from Agent of Shield, to help to assist him. They could have done that easily. Like it was story wise, it could have been done so easily. Hold on, but like I said, I still enjoyed it. I know most people that I talk to outside of like that's either creators or whatever. I know they didn't watch. I know they didn't enjoy it because they didn't enjoy. They haven't enjoyed it since it started. So let me close this. Turn the timer off. Here, stop this. Close that. Like I said 2 weeks ago, Agent of Shield is not canon. It's parts. The first season of Agent of Shield is canon. It is canon. The first 2 seasons of Agent of Shield is canon. They literally, the first 2 seasons was parallel to episodes. They literally cleaned up from other movies. They cleaned up during the movies. So like, I know they came back and retroactively said it's not canon. They cleaned up what Thor did. They cleaned up what happened in movies. So you can't just change that. That's it happened. It physically was part of the show. So we're just supposed to act like they didn't clean up what happened from Thor: Dark World. They're just supposed to expect that. The fact in the first episode they show Hulk, they show him in the background. They show they show Hulk, Tony Stark. They show Hawkeye, all in the background, all in the show. First couple episodes were great to me, but I don't like how they eventually devolve back to the same MCU. I like how the show. I like the show. I did like the show. Yeah. You said yes. You act like it didn't happen. I can't do that because it happened. It literally happened. He said nope. No, it happened. It happened. It's like Coulson. Coulson is the main branch between everything. Like so, when he died in Avengers, he just died. Like the show, like he just go. I like the Marvel's trailer. I like the Marvel's trailer. I don't know if you saw my reaction. I did a reaction video for it. What did you say? 16. I'm kind of mad they made it so real to get Tony's for no, it's not fake. I mean, but it's the same thing in the comics. Like they were some people were fakes for a long time and nobody knew it until they read the comics. You know, because even in the comics you had characters who came out to be turned out to be fake, and you was like, damn, I didn't even know that. And so much stuff had happened. It's just part of it's the same thing. You know, same thing. He said, guarantee Marvel fans won't like when they had Rhodey captured. Him and Tony's funeral was a big deal. I mean, it's a part. It's a comic book movie. It's all this. It's not like when that movie takes place, nothing else is happening. That's the whole point of creating a universe because there's other things happening at or around the same time. You know what I'm saying? So in that essence, that's a potential. You know, we can't necessarily take away from that. That's just part of the story. You said no, it's real life out there. Trust me, I wish it was. I wish it was. I'd rather live in a chaotic world with superheroes than live in this current one. To be honest with you, with all the BS that goes on right now, at least it'd be superheroes. Let me stop this. There we go. I said, be glad the MC ain't real. Be sitting at McDonald's and building blows up. I think I'll be okay with it. I would definitely have enjoyed being part of something else. It would be interesting. Cause you remember, like that stuff mostly happens around like metropolitans. So as of right now, I'd be clear, totally clear. And usually it's New York, Chicago, California, but usually California, Los Angeles, not California Bay Area. So I'd have been fine. I'd have been totally fine. Chicago would have been screwed. New York, dust. But other places, I'd be cool. I'd be cool. I'd be nervous and scared, but I'd be cool. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, I still can enjoy it. There's certain things that they could have done. I think could have enhanced it. Because even when you call it Secret Invasion, some of the stuff that could have taken place just that didn't kind of sucks. So I live in Phoenix. I'd be good. Maybe Side Fighter too. Yeah, maybe. Well, see what I'm trying to think. Where was that? I'm trying to think. Was there something that took place in? No, that was a middle. That was like a town in. Oh, where was that at? Like the beginning of Civil War is in a small town because of registration because of registration happens because of this group trying to stop a criminal and they blow up a town that's like middle America nowhere basically. I still remember that Twitter thread that said, "Imagine if the Avengers were real and how much we would hate them. Be blowing up buildings and need Avengers damage insurance." I mean, you're probably right about that part. People would be upset, especially the big city people. But the same people that are upset right now because taxes are going up and nobody wants to pay for employment. Nobody wants to pay daily. It'd be just 3.5 times worse probably. So Thor was in a desert, but was in Mexico. But yeah, that was yeah. But I was saying like as in the comics, what starts registration is. Matter of fact, let me see. Where's that other one at? Yeah, see. Oh, it was Connecticut. It was in Connecticut. They were shooting a show. So they're shooting a show. They go to try to stop these villains, and the villain. Where is it at? We'll show it. Oh, this is how Civil War actually starts. He kind of explodes and kills hundreds and thousands of people in the town. Kills it, like pretty much destroys the whole town of Connecticut. Yeah, so here's the actual Civil War, and it's boom. This is one of my favorites. I got a couple more to play. So although remember Doctor Strange was hanging above the Grand Canyon in No Way Home. Oh yeah, that's true too. That's very true. That's very true. This is one of my favorites. This one, The Death of Wolverine. I like this one a lot. I've read this one a couple of times. So imagine visiting the Grand Canyon and seeing Doctor Strange hanging there because of Spider-Man. just you're out there visiting. You walk on that one bridge that walks out super far, but it's like glass, and in the distance you just see a fight going on. See all these like train. You see a train going in the middle of the air, and you're like, "What the hell is that?" Oh, that's just Doctor Strange. It's fighting Spider-Man. You'd be like, "Fighting Spider-Man? What the hell? I thought they were on the same team." That's how the conversation would go. They'd be like, superheroes, they always change sides. I mean, like I said, it wouldn't be like amazing. You know what I'm saying? There could be chaos and chaotic and scary at many times because of the potential of what can happen, especially if you're in existence that learns about Skrulls and you know that people that you live near or live with or been's friend with or supposedly your family members aren't your family members. There's somebody else pretending to be them because of strategically being placed in people's lives to for some benefit. Said it'd be a selling point. Come see the beautiful Grand Canyon with Doctor Stranger, but only $10. No, they will be charging easily 50. 50 easy to see that. So breaking news: world renowned surgeon with Infinity Stone gets defeated by a teenager that got Spidey powers, but not paying. He said, but not paying attention to his surroundings. He said, "Chad, back to you, Chad." Oh, that's too freaking funny. But okay, here's the if you had to on a scale of 1 to 5, that's usually I usually use a 1 to 5 scale. What would you rate the series as a whole, and then what would you rate this episode by itself? So if you had to say, I give it out of 5, what would you give it? What would be your rating? Not out of 5. Out of 5. Out of 5. What is that? 100,000? 100,000 out of 10? That's too funny. 4.7 out of 5. Okay, I can see that. Said, I know it's huge plot hole, but besides that, guy is literally the most powerful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She is now the most powerful. But good thing she's technically a good guy. Just kidding. The show 4 out of 5. This episode 3 out of 5. I can agree with the episode. But I would say a 3 out of 5 for the episode. I can give you that. I mean, the fight scenes were cool. I do have issues with some of the fight scenes because I understand they have their likeness and their memories, but I don't remember them getting their powers. I don't remember that. Did they get their powers in the original? I don't remember. It's been so long. I'm gonna have to go back and try to. Well, I gotta go find one. So because I don't have the books. Episodes would be 3.4 out of 5 though. I agree with that. The show as a whole, if I had to give like a true score, the show overall, I actually did enjoy it. Like I said, the plot holes don't make me not enjoy stuff. You know, I can see spoilers and still enjoy a TV show or a movie. I'm one of those few weirdos that can do that. But I don't know if I would go 4 because to me, 4 out of 5 is saying that it's up there. I would probably say like 3.75. I'd probably go there. To me, that I would feel comfortable with that score. You said they got the powers of the machine, but I mean, like, how does she know? How does she know that Mantis's powers? How to control it? How does she know that? That's what I'm saying. Because when where they were floating upside down, coming down, she grew the antlers from Mantis, and she pretty much put him to sleep. Like, how does she know that? I don't. That's one thing I don't get. Now with the Captain Marvel, that's just energy burst, so I can kind of see that because as soon as she absorbed that power, she can see it and feel it. So I can understand that one. But the Mantis one, I'm not sure about that. And then he used the Frost Giant hand. Like how you did it's like this? Is it just an innate thing because it's DNA? You know, which it is. It's cool. But it's just a question I have. The main one is not everybody else's powers. It's really the Mantis powers. Like how does she know? Anyone remember if Skrulls can shapeshift into animals? I believe they can. I believe they can shapeshift into anything. To be honest with you. Series 9 out of 10. I wish the episodes were longer, maybe one cameo, but I love the seriousness of it. Jimmy, I agree with you 100%. I love the seriousness with it. I had no problem with it. I'm glad that they went a little more, even though it's still with Skrulls and it's mystical, it's still more grounded, and I'm cool with that. Episode 6, 4 out of 5 out of 5. Okay, it was my second favorite after the first episode. I loved the guy and graph. I liked the scene. The scene was still cool. I just had that question about that. The powers just get into her new DNA or whatever, and the brain just knows. And Chad, I'm okay with that. So did you know how to use your foot when you were born? I mean, technically, you don't know how to use it because you can't walk right away. So when you're born, the only thing you know how to do with your foot is put your big toe in your mouth. That's really about it. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. So maybe the DNA can help, like remember things and know things like that. Yeah, which I mean, I can see that being the answer to that question. I can definitely, you know what I'm saying. So you know how to move. You know how to move your feet though. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, to say that it's innate is a viable answer, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, it just was weird because the everybody else's powers I can kind of see because they what's the word? They present themselves immediately, you know, with the characters. But the one, like I said, this romantic, that one threw me for sure. Because like, how do you know she can put him to sleep? But if you say it's an innate thing, then okay, I can dig that. I can dig that answer. So I would really like to know how this leads to Marvels. That's what I was wondering about because this is supposed to be the prequel to the Marvels. So if this is the prequel, how does it? What's the connection? It can't just be the Skrulls because we know in the trailer for the new Marvels, if you haven't already seen it, spoiler, just saying it now, spoiler. We know in the trailer the character they're going against, Dar-Benn. I believe she's not a Skrull. She's what's the other group? I forget. My brain's going crazy right now. I want to know if Fury's wife will be on Saber too during that movie, but it is after. I don't know. I don't know. You know. Yeah, Kree. Couldn't think of it because she has the Kree hammer. She uses the Kree bracelet that Kamala has. She has the other one, and she used the bracelet and the hammer together, which warps their powers. So we know she's Kree. Her character is a Kree. I want to say a Kree general who was first introduced in like Silver Surfer, and then she's in a Captain America comic. What I read about her, I think. Crimson 124 says so. Guy is now the strongest person in the whole world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She is. You said she had a Kree. Yes, the Kree general staff. Yes. Because as soon as I seen that staff, I was like, okay, I knew she was Kree because it's the same one from um, Guardians. Because like I said, when I read up about her character, she was introduced during the intro era of Silver Surfer. And I think this is another character where I know people are going to say something about it because the original character was a male and this character is a female. But if the sexuality of the character or the genealogy of the character has no bearing on the character story, I don't think it really matters, to be honest. So also, I might just be on a high from the series, but also my second favorite with Loki being the first. I really enjoyed that series. And this series, I enjoy the series. It's not my favorite. Try to wonder. I might. I wonder if there's a tier list thing for the series. Cause I might do that when on one of these videos. I did enjoy it, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. My favorite is it's almost a tie between WandaVision and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I loved WandaVision. WandaVision was, I think, so good. Falcon Winter Soldier, I loved it because of what it did and the statements it made. Then I really love Miss Marvel. Moon Knight I thought was pretty damn good. The ending could have been better, but I still liked it a lot. I love Loki too. I enjoyed Hawkeye. Hawkeye was fun. Um, trying to think. What if actually was pretty cool. I didn't know what they were going how they were gonna do that, but it was actually pretty cool. I thought the actor for Gravity did, man, that monologue towards the end where he was like this grabbing Fury's face and talking that whole little monologue. Chef kiss. I think he's an excellent actor. For me personally, Don't Kill Me, What If, to Miss Marvel, Secretinvasion. I love Miss Marvel. Like, I mean, I talked to you last time about when they first introduced the character in the storyline. I read her first arc. Loved the character. Freaking loved it. You know, me being somebody who's African American, I love when they introduce characters that are different. They show representation of other cultures. And because of my experiences, I know that culture. I know people from that culture, and I have friends. And it just from the way the story deep dive into the actual culture aspect, and not just say, "Oh, she's Pakistani American," and then that left like that. Love that. Freaking love that. Jimmy says I haven't seen What If. My list would be Loki, 2, Secret Invasion, 3, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, WandaVision, Falcon and Soldier, Miss Marvel, and She Hulk. Okay, still not a bad list. And it's like what everybody's list is. It's definitely not my opinion to say, "Oh, your list sucks." No, your list is off of what you like the most. Understandable, and I respect your list. I'll never tell people that their list is trash. I might say, your tastes are different. Your tastes are questionable. So now my list also doesn't mean I hate 1 through 7. I enjoy it all. We don't talk about 8 though. When are we gonna get a comic book superhero from Arizona? This is BS. Write one. Create one. Create a character. There's so many indie comics that are coming out right now. Like, man. Yeah, let me see. Do I have them here? I do. So I know you guys come by for the live streams, and I do appreciate that. But we do introduce characters, or we do talk about other comics that are not mainstream. Like I have to read this one here. This one's called The Outrider. Got this off of a crowdfunding website. Then this one, oh my gosh, Acolyte. It's from a company called Concrete Comics. They have great characters. They have a whole universe. Great characters. Watchmen. Watchmen is fire. Indie comics. These last 3 are all indie comics. Then if you're into mangas and into anime, this right here is called Broken Beat. Great. This is fire. This is my first manga, and they have 2 episodes on to introduce the storyline of what this is about on their channel, which I've done reviews on here, reactions to. I have to do. Let me see, which one is this? This is the second one. So I have to do a review of this one, which I read this one already. I read this. I'm missing something. Wait, nope. I'm missing like 2 books. Well, I read the first 3 of this one, so this is good. Jimmy said I gotta go. Though you all have a great rest of the night. You too, Jimmy. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, there's on the channel. I have another section where I kind of talk about some of the things I've come across, and I've always anything I come across I think is unique or think is different or just interesting. Could be comics, could be different items I run across, or food items. I definitely will do a short video on them. So, but like I said, it's not just live reactions like this, but we do all kind of actual content. But if you go to the page, where is it at? If you go to the page, you kind of scroll down some. I have a section that's called Comics, Mangas, and Anime United. And it has a section called, it's an unboxing section. In that section, it talks about, I have an unboxing section and a comic book and a cartoon manga anime reviews where I've talked about a few different books. I have to do videos that they're going to go in there. I have 3 more videos that's going to there. There's 9 videos of unboxing, talk about different things that you can check out. But man, there's so many indie comics characters and stuff out there. Also got Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, which is actually pretty good. This comic, Sarai, this one right here. This one, you need to be an adult to read that one. That one is crazy. But it's actually really damn good. So It's just movie characters and comic book characters are almost always from LA, New York, Chicago, never anywhere near me in AZ. I just find it interesting. I'm not generally. Oh yeah, it's because I don't think there's no specific reason why they do that. Well, none that I've heard of to say, oh, well, this is why they do it. I couldn't tell you why. Couldn't tell you why. I have no idea. But like I think the guys who did Concrete, I think are they out of Chicago area? I think so. I think they're out of Chicago area, or they're like a suburb of Chicago, or just in Illinois. So, um, yeah. I mean, to be honest, if you probably search, have you tried searching to see if there's any characters? Because sometimes if you search, you might find some indie comics or just comics that you didn't know about. Since there's so many characters out there that have been created that aren't mainstream characters. Could you might be able to find you might be able to find like a say I'm not really a comic book guy, so oh okay. Let me see something. There's a whole list. So, just so you know, Chad, there are a list of characters that are actually from Arizona in Marvel. I did not know that. Let's see. Let me see what they're saying. Let's see what they're saying. So I'm not really a comic book guy. Okay, no. It says Arizona State. Now it says residents. So there's actually one that's called Arizona Kid, American Eagle, Rick Jones, William Stryker. Oh, William Stryker's from there. He's from X Men. James Proudstar. Oh, you know what? That would make sense. That Thunderbird. The Proudstar is Thunderbird, isn't he? No, John Proudstar is Thunderbird. Interesting. Here, let me see what this link is. Trying to see if it's going to give actual information. Let's see. So I'm not really sure what to say. Sorry. No. I mean, the website it takes you to, it doesn't give you information the right way because it's like it's showing information about the state as a whole and not just those specific characters. So I don't know. Uh, trying to find one specifically. Um, that's funny. Okay. Uh, so from Arizona is Nova. Nova's from Arizona. That's pretty cool. You can actually pull up a list and it says where characters are from. You can search what states are Marvel characters from, and it'll tell you. and it's not necessarily in order. Which it'd be nice to say it Arizona showed everybody. It's showing individual people, so it'll probably take forever to look through it. Um, where'd it go? It says, let me go back to it. Where's okay? Said Sam Williamson was born in the city of Carefree. Says from no. Let me see. Well, there's more than one Nova too. Let's see. Says he's the youngest hero, and it might surprise some fans to learn that he is. Yeah, I do know he's partly Hispanic. Same. Sam is a young man from Arizona whose father was Nova Centurion. Yeah. Well, they if you ever watch the cartoons, the which one was it? They show when he gets his powers in the cartoon because the father he gets the father's helmet after Richard after the I think the father gets killed in a war or something like that. It's been so long since I watched it, but he gets the helmet and something happened later on. He ends up putting it on and he ends up becoming Nova, but he becomes Nova like super young. So it's a good possibility we're going to get two Novas. To be honest with you, so I wonder if they will. So they've hinted at Nova being put into well. So what I learned is that Nova technically was in the first Guardians, but they cut out his parts because they it I guess the way they introduced it, it didn't fit, so they took it out. Then they were supposed to put him in a Avengers movie to come when he was like when Marvel Captain Marvel comes, Nova's supposed to come too, but then they cut that out because it didn't make sense, which it didn't make sense just to have him show up for no reason. And then he was supposed to be in something else, and it just never happened. But Kevin Feige, I've seen in multiple interviews, or we'll say one or two interviews, that he wants to introduce Nova. And then I've seen like a Screen Rant interview where we're supposed to get two versions of Nova. So one version we're supposed to get is the Sam Alexander version. That's what I've heard. Now, if it ever happened, who knows? Because they could have introduced it if they follow like the cartoon comics right now. Well, not right now, but a couple of years back when Spider-Man had his series when it was like he was in it was like a young Avengers squad, but it was him and what's is him Nova. There was a couple of characters they were all fighting together, being trained by Nick Fury. It was the Sam Alexander was the one that was in that group, and I think during that time period, he was supposed to be introduced in Marvel, but it just kept not happening because of story and it not making sense for the story. Now, heard that the Richard Rider one was supposed to be introduced in Guardians. That's what the rumor was. Now it's all rumors, all conjecture. No one knows, so it is what it is. But I mean, there's a few characters that they state were born or from Arizona for whatever. That lived there for a while. But because of, especially now with how everything's getting pushed back and delayed because of writer strike or the the actor strike, and we'll probably get a strike soon for the CGI people. They don't have a I don't think they have a union, but they're probably going to strike, which is a very good possibility. You said what's a Nova? It's a Nova Corps. They're part of a, I guess you can call it a military. Remember in Guardians, when in the first Guardians, when they were making that wall to protect against the big ships coming in, that was the Nova Corps. That technically where they could have introduced Richard Rider right then. They could have. Now that's how they could have really done it. Don't forget, you guys, if you haven't already, please go ahead and like the stream. That would be awesome. I heard of that rumor. I think the rumor was for the main Nova guy. Yeah, so the main Nova guy was supposed to be introduced in there, not the Sam one. The Sam was supposed to be introduced later after Richard Rider or whomever took over the mantle died. Nova Corps protecting Xandar and from Ronan. Yes, and Garth. There you go. My brain will be forgetting stuff, but that's exactly that's what I was referring to that moment when Ronan was going to destroy the planet for Thanos. So is the Marvels is what's next, or is there anything in between like a Disney Plus show? There was supposed to be a show, but I think it got pushed back to the beginning of 2024. Here, we can definitely look it up and see. Okay, so excuse me. Oh yeah, because what if season 2 was actually supposed to happen at the beginning of 2023, but that got pushed back, and I think that got pushed back to later this year. So this article, how old is this article? Don't you hate when you Google search something and give you an article from like last year? Like, I know you got recent stuff. Here, this is a May article. So Echo, I believe, is still going to get released in November. Ironheart was supposed to get released in August, but I know that's not happening now. I don't know when they got pushed back to. Loki, October. Loki, I believe, is finished filming. Ironheart, they have not finished filming. I have not heard anything about Echo as far as the filming process, so I have no idea. And then, of course, Daredevil is 2024. Agatha, I think, got pushed back to 2024 as well. Okay, I need a closer article. Oh my god, it's already August. Yes, basically, chat. Pretty sure Loki and Echo are next. I was trying to see when the actual dates are. I'm trying to find an actual article that's current. Okay, this says July 13th, so not too long ago. Upcoming Marvel TV shows coming to Disney Plus. So Loki is October 6th. And Echo, so Echo is November 29th now. Echo took over the spot. Ironheart got pushed to 2024. Agatha got pushed to 2024 as well. Daredevil is spring 2024. Marvel Zombies 2024. Are they doing both seasons back to back? I'm gonna assume What If season 2 is 2024 for season 2 and 3, maybe, or is that going? That's probably gonna push back 2025 now because of what's going on. Yeah, they can only release stuff that editing. Yeah, they can only. That's what I was saying. And I think the only thing I believe that was done filming was Loki. That's the only thing I heard being pretty much close to done. They were doing right when the strike happened. They were doing some reshoots with Kang for some Kang stuff. So as far as Echo, I don't know because of the strike. I don't know if that finished filming. That one I don't know. And then the X-Men 97, that is cartoon, so that's the CGI people. But I mean, story wise, that's the writer's strike, so that's probably postponed if that's not finished. So technically, it's only 3 things. Well, yeah, but if Loki isn't done editing, they can't release not just filming, editing as well. Yeah, I don't know. I know before they were done filming. I don't know if they were done editing. I have no idea. I know they had shot uh, some reshoots for some Kang stuff after the trial situation got settled. But besides that, not sure. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I know they finished the bulk of shooting, but as far as editing, I'm not sure at all. And there's no articles, which I'm surprised there aren't any, especially how big Loki actually was, media wise. It took over media for like 3 or 4 months. So what's the update? I heard some evidence came out showing he didn't do it. Yeah, the from what I heard, all hearsay. I'll say it like that, all hearsay. The they footage of the woman after said event, not injured, at a club with her friends, drinking and all that good stuff. But also footage of a police officer coaxing her to tell her to say that he hit her and all this other stuff. So from my understanding, that case is going into the direction where he's gonna come out on top from what I've seen. Yeah, I think from what I've seen, he'll be acquitted too. Okay, so this came out. This was June 30th. Oh my god, really? These websites that want you to buy stuff. No, I don't want to pay for your article. Sorry, I just don't want to do that. It's not you're not that guy. Let me find somebody who actually will let me read it without having to pay for an article. We'll try a screen rant. So I like him as Kang so good. However, if he did it, he needs. Oh yeah, if he did it, he needs to be punished for it. That's all it's to it. I love him as Kang. I think he's an amazing actor. But if he didn't, it's good. If he, it's good, he is providing the evidence, so he can keep being Kang. Yeah. Well, he's providing it so he can be a free man. The Kang is just a byproduct of the situation for us. So this article came out July 3rd, which I know stuff came out after July 3rd. So this is not current. Nah, being King being for me. I mean, to Marvel probably because he was the central focus of the next phase of Marvel. He was the next big bad. So to them, yeah. You know what? I know everything always probably has a video that I can probably watch that talks about it. He always has videos. His are pretty up to date and accurate too. So you tell me there's not a July article that came out talks about it? Well, if he still has to go to court, I know that's like the first week of August. That's the last thing I remember seeing about it. I wonder what they'll do if he's found guilty. Recast. That's the only thing they can do. Only thing they can do is recast. Um, they'll probably more likely recast and change than before changing the story. So obviously, it's good that he didn't react too quickly. Yeah, and I think because of Johnny Depp is why they didn't react the way they did. You know what I'm saying? Because they was like, okay, we just went through this. Just went through this with Johnny Depp and reacted too quick, and now we got to pay him 3 times the amount to be in the next movie. So the problem is when you're trying to find these articles, some people write from the point of view of just getting clicks, so their stories are not 100% fact based. I have noticed that. I have noticed reading about certain ones, you're like, okay, that's not true, and your thumbnail is just a picture of him saying arrested, but your article doesn't say anything about him being arrested. So you're clickbaiting. You're literally clickbaiting. So I'm kind of skimming through this article, and they talk about the same thing we talked about. How he's still technically a part of Marvel. He showed up in that Marvel behind the scenes where they talk to him about becoming a character of Kang. They talk about all that, and we get towards the bottom of the article. Doesn't say anything about him being arrested, but their thumbnail is a picture of him and says arrested across the front. That's poor. That's terrible. Terrible writing. Terrible, terrible direction. That you have to sell your story. You have to sell advertising that way. I know if I was still in school, my teacher would have hated that. I went to school. I did writing courses for newspaper writing because of my degree. My teacher would have hated that. She would have gave me an F for clickbaiting. Yeah, they're not. This article is not really saying much. So who really knows? I'm trying to find something that's actually accurate. And I think companies are doing stories right now because it's the end of July, and like I said, that case is supposed that first trial, uh, first situation with the trial is supposed to take place August 3rd. So if you come back right now, do a story or article, and it becomes fresh in people's minds, then they come back to you for more information. But that's just a marketing ploy. That's just marketing. Has nothing to do with telling the truth or telling the story. It's just marketing, and that's actually just kind of dirty marketing, to be honest with you. Okay, so this is Cosmic Wonder. Who's that's something I would trust with Cosmic Wonder because they Cosmic Wonder connected to Disney. Well, yeah, some Disney insider stuff. I heard that might actually do another Pirates. Yeah, that from what I've heard that they had to, the contract that they signed him to is like triple the amount he would have made. He normally would get paid, and that's is because so when he was, I don't know if you saw the court case when on trial when he was in court, he said after they fired him that he would never go back to Disney, like he would never, and so to get him back, they had to triple the amount. But and so it's rumored that he's supposed to be in the next Pirates. Yeah. They're probably waiting for the strikes to end to come up with hard dates. Yeah, yeah. Some stuff they had everything was has a soft date. They have to block off certain times in the movie theaters, so they can have that space. They have to do that. So when they plan out this time, they plan out because they've got to buy so many screens. They have to pay for them ahead of time. To pay basically they pay like to reserve them. So I couldn't find any articles saying he will do another. Really. I didn't see one saying he was going to do another. I know it's a rumor that he is doing another, and that's why the payday from Disney was triple the amount because he's making him pay big time for kicking him to the curb so quickly. Trying to see. Here's another list of what might be coming to Disney Plus. Yeah, this says October 6th for Loki. So, and or between 9th for Echo, and then it says fall 2023 for X-Men, which I'm assuming is going to be around Christmas. This also has, this might not be right because it has Agatha in winter 2023, so this might be wrong, or it's not fully updated. But the bad thing about this is like the Disney, this is the Disney website, so that's how you know they have no idea. Did you hear Netflix is coming out with a Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard court case documentary? I mean, Netflix. They like the clicks, man. They like the clicks. They're desperate for the clicks. Netflix is spending so much money on TV shows. I actually didn't post my last comment on a different YouTube channel's chat. I've done that before. I've done that where be on Twitch and be talking like two different people at once or three different people at once, and I'm posting something in another comment, but oh, wrong chat, wrong chat. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. That's too funny. That's too funny actually. Looking at the poll, got 16 votes. It was pretty cool. It says I actually enjoyed the series. Got 50% enjoyed, but wish it was longer. 25% still feeling like it was just okay. 19%, which is okay. I don't care, but I'm here. I like that. I like that. 6%. I like when people just don't really care. They just come and chill. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Always make me feel good. Let me see. Here, let's do this. I don't know if you guys watch. I can move this. Oh wait, let me put. That's too big. So why am I going to make it work? Okay, let me see if I can move this to the front. Hold on a second, you guys. Still here? So this is from Cosmic Wonder. This is 5 days ago.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. It's been a little.
Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that? Let me know. So I bet Disney is losing money on the shows, though. Not many resubscribe to Disney Plus for it. I mean, that's the thing. You're gonna lose it up and down. It's gonna lose no matter what. You're gonna have your base that's not gonna go anywhere. Like myself, I've had Disney Plus since it started. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I was raised on Disney. I'm not going nowhere. It's not like when I had HBO for a while. Got rid of it because I just wanted it for the certain shows, and then would only get it for the show and then bounce. Or like now, I don't even have Netflix anymore. I used to have. I was with Netflix since when Netflix started. I used to do DVDs before it became an actual streaming service, and when they started raising my prices, like, and I had like my kids on it, but then they cut my kids off because my kids are in the same house as me. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm done. And now they're trying to get me to come back. I said I hate Disney as a company, but I love their shows. So there's parts of it I don't like. Yeah, there's parts about it I don't like. I agree with you on that.
Bit, but we have a new Jonathan Majors update that gives us a little bit of hope that Jonathan Majors is going to remain Kang the Conqueror in the MCU, provided he is innocent and wins his court case. Now, if you're not aware, Jonathan Majors, Creed 3 star and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania star who plays Kang the Conqueror in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, was arrested a few months ago on counts of assault against his now ex-girlfriend, his girlfriend at that time. Since he was arrested, his lawyer and himself have stated that he is completely innocent in this situation, and he, in fact, is the victim of the whole thing. Now, after he was arrested, he was released not too long after, and is now facing several charges of assault against his ex-girlfriend. The first date for the trial has already begun. Jonathan Majors appeared in person, and his lawyer stated that they thought the court was going to dismiss the case based off of all of the evidence that they provided to the court. Now, we'll talk more about this in a bit, but first let's go over his standing with Marvel Studios. Jonathan Majors was set to be the big bad, the next Thanos of the entire MCU for the next couple of phases, Phase 5 and Phase 6. That was it. He is the big bad of the multiverse saga. However, since Jonathan Majors was arrested and these charges are being held against him, he has lost a lot. He's lost some acting roles, his management company and his PR company both dropped him. He's been dropped from promotions and some commercials that he's been doing, and as you can imagine, right now, his career has come to a halt. And right now, a lot of people are looking at Marvel Studios, wondering what they are going to do with Jonathan Majors portraying Kang the Conqueror in the MCU. Are they going to replace him as Kang the Conqueror, bring in another actor to play the role of Kang the Conqueror, even though we already got that Ant-Man and the Wasp post-credit scene where we saw over 1,000 Jonathan Majors playing 1,000 different variants of Kang the Conqueror. But nevertheless, if Jonathan Majors is found as guilty, Marvel Studios might not really have a choice but to replace him as Kang the Conqueror or pivot away from Kang the Conqueror being so important in the multiverse saga. That may sound like it's a pretty crazy idea. However, we recently learned about a month ago that Kang originally wasn't the primary focus of the multiverse saga, but when Marvel Studios saw Jonathan Majors portray He Who Remains and then Kang and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, they decided to center the multiverse saga around him and make him the absolute big bad villain, having him appear in many different movies and possible series. So it wasn't originally Marvel Studios' plan to have Kang be such a...
I don't get like how you see that a company centralizes your character as the main focus of the entire thing, and you can't keep your nose clean.
big factor of the multiverse saga.
I don't get it.
They could revert back to that. Although I would argue now that we have the title of Avengers the Kang Dynasty, it's probably a little too late. However, like I mentioned, we have some good news today. While all of this was happening with Jonathan Majors, Marvel Studios kind of hid Jonathan Majors in their promotions. In fact, when they were promoting Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, in all descriptions of the film, they simply said the villain, or they referred to a threat. They didn't even say Kang the Conqueror in a lot of cases. And then we found out that Marvel Studios delayed indefinitely the release of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania Assembled, the making of the film. And fans got kind of worried because this clearly showed that the situation of Jonathan Majors was affecting some aspects of Marvel. And of course it does. Marvel Studios has to decide what they're going to do. Well, in a good, fortunate turn of events, they have actually released the Assembled making of special for Jonathan Majors. They didn't really announce this at all, didn't really promote it at all. They simply released it on Disney Plus, but if you take a look, it is there, which is a great sign because they did not have to release this.
It's not in the rotation either. You know, like when they do show like that, the Assembled, it's in the rotation on the screen. I haven't seen it on none of them. I've never seen it on there. I didn't even look for it.
They definitely could have chose to not release this, or simply could have edited it a little bit more to not have that much of Jonathan Majors' Kang in the special that they released. However, if you watch it, there is a great deal of Jonathan Majors in it. And even the description actually speaks highly of Jonathan Majors. And again, before, his name wasn't to be found anywhere except for the credits because they rightfully had to give him credit as the actor that plays Kang the Conqueror. But check out what they had to say with him. The description, of course, is Assembled, the making of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. The description is pretty long. Of course, it talks about talking to the cast and crew, looking at interviews, behind the scene footage, etc., talking to Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, the rest of the cast, Corey Stolas Modoc, but then it says this. But of course, when it comes to baddies, the main attraction is none other than Kang the Conqueror. Heavyweight performer Jonathan Majors opens up
hell of a transformation.
about the unique processes he used to fully embody Marvel Studios' next monstrous adversary. All of this and more await viewers in Assembled, the making of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. That is some pretty high praise from a studio that really wasn't mentioning his name before or promoting their new villain after everything happened with Jonathan Majors. This could possibly mean that things are turning around for Jonathan Majors and could be a great indicator that Marvel Studios does in fact want to keep him as Kang the Conqueror. In fact, I know they want to keep him if he is proven innocent, because if he's proven innocent, there's no reason to punish him for anything. A lot of people and companies have already done that before hearing the entire story, and a lot of evidence has come out since he was arrested. And I think the fact that Jonathan Majors has provided such a large amount of evidence in his favor to prove him innocent is why right now Marvel Studios is okay releasing the Assembled making of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and has held off about making any type of rash decision about firing Jonathan Majors and replacing Kang the Conqueror until the court actually rules. Because you know, since all of this has happened, Jonathan Majors has met with Marvel Studios. He's met with Kevin Feige, possibly Bob Iger, and explained everything that has happened. And I'm sure once he gathered all of this evidence, he went to Marvel Studios and said, hey, this is me trying to show you I am innocent. I did not assault her. She assaulted me. There's a lot of video evidence. There's photographic evidence. I have a lot of witnesses who are willing to testify in court that I did not assault her. And there's even evidence of her partying immediately after the event in which she said she got hurt, but was not evidently hurt in any of the videos or photos that were taken of her immediately after. And that's what happened. A lot of the evidence that Jonathan Majors has is what I just mentioned. There is CCTV street footage of Jonathan Majors getting out of the car in which we can see his ex pulling him back in the car and kind of hitting him, but he actively tries to get out of the car and run away from the situation, in which he does, but people even see him on the street and ask him to take a photo, in which he still obliges them and takes the photo with them and then continues to run away. His ex-girlfriend stays in the car and leaves. The driver of the vehicle at the time, which was a hired driver service, is also one of the people that is going to testify, stating that Jonathan Majors never attacked her. Jonathan Majors returned to his apartment the next morning around 10 or 11 a.m. He went into his bedroom and could not open the door, so he called the supervisor to open the door, in which he did, and they both saw his girlfriend at the time, now his ex, passed out drunk, half naked, in his closet. Then Jonathan Majors himself called the police. And when the police showed up, since everything was the way it was, she was seemingly injured, they arrested Jonathan Majors. However, the police were wearing body cams, and in the body cam, you can hear her say, "How did I get hurt?" She herself didn't even remember at the time, and it is said that some of the policemen there coached her to say that it was Jonathan Majors that assaulted her. This footage has not been released to the public yet, but according to his lawyer and the evidence they have provided to the court, that is what happened. So I would like to say that Jonathan Majors and his team took all of this evidence, all of this footage, the photos, everything they have, the witness testimonies, everything, and showed it to Marvel Studios and said, "Hey, this is me trying to prove my innocence. Please don't make any decision until the court makes a decision, because I would love to remain King the Conqueror." Well, of course he would. And who knows what's going to happen, but like I mentioned, he does have a lot of evidence in his favor. So much evidence that his lawyer thought they were going to throw out the case, dismiss it, and simply state that Jonathan Majors is innocent, but they are going to court. The next court date is August 3rd, so if we hear anything in the meantime, we'll be sure to do an update. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on this situation and, of course, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Please give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment so you can enter our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. We pick a winner at the end of each month, and the winner gets to pick one item. You can also check us out on Patreon. You can check out our website and Discord server, and of course you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Woof woof. So Cosmic Wonder right there, which is, if you're not already, definitely give them a follow. Great channel, great content, great creator. There's a link right there if you would like to follow him. But I mean, like you said right there, you would assume that it's gonna be in his favor, especially with Marvel starting to throw his name around again. So obviously he's probably not just assured them, but physically showed them why he believes he's going to come out on top in the situation. Especially the whole police thing. That is a determining factor for me. Like, that should prove a lot more, especially if she's being coaxed to say certain things, which is, I mean, it's not right in itself, but you know, it is what it is. Excuse me. I believe he may be as well, Chad. But if you guys, I know you said you've seen it, but I know a few people watching. I can see the numbers. If you are watching and you have not checked out Cosmic Wonder, definitely check out Cosmic Wonder. There's so many actually really dope creators that talk about Marvel stuff or DC stuff that you can check out. Just search, you know, you can see them all online. There's so many. There's so many really good ones. Everything Always. There's another. It's Everything Always, Cosmic Wonder, Real Rejects. You have New Rock Stars. Then you have like a lot of individual people that do content as well. That just Jeremy Johns, and well, then you got Star Wars. You have Star Wars Theory. Great, one of the best Star Wars channels out there. Period. There's so many names I'm just not remembering right now, but there's so many good content creators out there that are not just good reaction channels like Real Rejects, you know what I'm saying, or Tyrone Magnus, or the Movie Couple, or who else? I have a few. Oh, Emergency Awesome. That's the other one. Like I said, so Everything Always, New Rock Stars, Emergency Awesome, Real Rejects, the Movie Couple, Alicia Queen, the Marvel Bros. It's so many. Yeah, I love New Rock Stars. New Rock Stars is like during certain seasons, I usually watch them a lot. Like I you know what? I didn't watch them this much this season. I watched some of their Easter egg stuff, but normally they have like the podcast stuff afterwards. I didn't watch. I did it more so when we had the other series. The other series they was killing it, like WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier. Those videos afterwards were so good because there was so much stuff that was dropping Easter egg wise in those videos in those shows. So it was really good. I didn't watch so much for this one. This one was kind of this one. It wasn't. I don't. I felt like it wasn't much to dig in this series. And that's another thing too. I wish there was more Easter egg stuff in it. That's what like DC, Marvel, anything comic book ish. Usually you have all kind of Easter eggs, and I didn't feel like there was a lot in this one compared to others that you can immediately see like boom, boom, boom. You see a scene and you'll see things in the background or the color of something. You're like, okay, I know what that's referring to. That's referring to this. This referring to that. But not so much this time, which kind of sucks. But I know different writers, different directors, so things happen differently, and I'm okay with that because it's just how it is. Okay, so I can keep that, so I can use that later on. But it is now about to be 4 a.m. Uh, I don't. I have some other videos I gotta finish uploading for my other channel. I have a sports channel, so if you're into sports, let me know. I'll give you a link to the channel. It's a really great channel over there. We're growing really fast, really really fast. We've grown almost 1,000. We've not almost 1,000. We've almost 1 million views in a year and a half, which is for for a small channel that just barely hit 3,000 subscribers. I think that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so I do try to do content over here pretty frequently. We have some new music reviews, reaction that's up right now. Did a couple days ago. I'm working on 2 more of those. Hopefully, have up this week. And then I did not do reactions for the most recent trailers that came out yesterday. And I know that there was one that came out today. I think for the new Exorcist, which I gotta do. I'll probably work on those tomorrow. You know. So he said, "Sorry, I fell asleep." And trust me, it's okay. It's totally fine. All I ask is for those who come in and spend time. I appreciate you. Trust me. I love the fact that now when I do the live streams, that more people come in and we can have conversation about whatever we talk about. But please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and just comment on the new videos. Comment, chill on the live streams. Even if you just come and chill and you just lurk, if you're lurking because you're not really don't want to be active, totally understand. I'm from Twitch, so I know what the lurk world is like. Sometimes you just want to have a stream up and just listen to them talk or listen to them have their conversations, and you don't really want to be too active. Totally understand. But like I said, when it comes to the content, please check out the edit content. And if there's anything that you think you would like me to react to, maybe a short film or a series that somebody did on YouTube, man, shoot it my way. Because I have a Star Wars one that I just got permission from the director to do. So he did like a full short film for a Star Wars movie, which I'm very excited to do. I can't wait to do it. Like I said, I talked to the director last week and got permission to do it. We have a lot of watch party style stuff like this. This is called Bingeworthy, so it's set up in its own playlist where you can just watch them if you want to watch them. But we did a watch party for a Nightwing series like last year. That's up on the channel. It's in a Bingeworthy. But man, please check out the content. We have some short horror film reactions for ACM Official. We have 9 videos from their page. They released like 5 more last week, so we'll probably have about 14 or 15 because they're constantly releasing stuff. And I have to do 3 more episodes for She-Hulk, so I'm probably do some just chill live streams where I'm just going to finish watching the series, and it's going to have the stream up, just chilling. So if you want to come by and chill, come by and chill. We can chop it up. But also looking forward to Ahsoka. We will be doing. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a live stream for Ahsoka or I'm going to watch it and edit to it and put it up that way. So I don't know because okay, so as of right now, it's leaning towards the live, but I could do a live and still do an edit afterwards to post, post later. I just it's just a lot of work to do for one person. It's just me, so I'm not only editing for my channel, editing for my co-channel that I co-host with somebody else. So it's just a lot of work. If I had another editor, things would be a lot easier. A lot easier. I have talked to two people that might be able to do some editing, but nothing set in stone just yet. So we've done watch parties for Kenobi, for Moon Knights, for Mandalorian. We've done it for Boba Fett, What If Season 1, Loki Season 1. Before I used to do sports. I don't do sports on the channel anymore. I do sports on the other channel. So if something that you're interested in, please send me a message and I'll send you all the information for that. Or you can just search Real Fans Sports on YouTube. Search at Real Fans Sports and it'll pull it right up. You'll see my face with my co-host face on there. My co-host name is Zach. But appreciate all those who were here today that came by. Once again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. We do put up content weekly. We put up content all the time. So I will have a lot more stuff dropping. Got some stuff recorded. Just got to finish editing it so I can upload to the channel. Have some more music reactions down the way from Stray Kids, from BTS, from XG. Somebody sent me, I think somebody's supposed to send me like a cipher that's from Double XL, and I don't know if I'm going to upload that because the people that's in the cipher, I feel like I'm going to rip them apart because they're not good artists, but it is what it is. Anyways, appreciate you guys. I love you guys. If you have questions, comments, concerns, don't be afraid to send me any messages on the community tab. I'll post stuff on the community tab just to give you guys a place to talk, to conversate. But if you have any questions or anything, don't be afraid to send them my way. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, noon, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Nonpfixion. This is Ready Set Geek, and thank you for joining Bingeworthy. We will be back for more series to come. If there's any series you want me to do Bingeworthy with, please connect with me. I'm on Instagram. You can look for me at ReadySetGeek_podcast. I do have the nonfiction Instagram, but it was hacked some while ago, so I don't really use it because I don't trust it. But I did get it back. But ReadySetGeek_podcast is the current main one, or Nonfiction on Twitter, ReadySetGeek on Twitter, ReadySetGeek on Threads, Nonfiction on TikTok. So I'm available. I'm available for you guys. But appreciate you, love you, and thank you for stopping by, man. This was a good one, and we're one view away from 99 views on this stream, so that's badass. Appreciate you, love you. Catch you on the next one. All right, y'all. Peace out. Thank you for being a part of the community. Subscribe.